Hey everyone, this is Larry here at LC Model Shipbuilding, and in this episode, this is a little bit different of an episode from what I usually do, but we're going back and revisiting our poop deck here. We're replacing the kit docking bridge and the benches with 3D printed ones from B&B Model Ship Jewelry, and you can get their products on the B&B Scale Ship Jewelry Facebook page. I'm going to go through several different products in this video, actually. So we have the docking bridge, benches, chairs, the signs, the signs that go on the poop deck for the triple blade or triple screw. I forget how it's worded, but the triple screw signs, we'll call it that. We got the deck lights, we got the porthole windows, we got the compass platform, so a whole bunch of different things in this video. And you also can save some money, so stay tuned as you go through the video, and there's even a giveaway towards the end. So thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe, and let's get started. Okay, so I went ahead and painted these already, and I did the brass on the sides. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to figure that these probably will come off the sprue about the same as the chairs did in my last video. I know this is going to be kind of a short video, but this one, well, maybe not, because we're going to do the benches and we're going to do the docking bridge, both 3D, and I will have the links available. So I'm going to try this the exact same way that I did with the other ones for the deck chairs, and yeah, so far so good, which is nice. I don't really have to play with the hot knife with these, which is awesome. Yeah, and your nippers will fit right in between there. Perfect. No issue. Good cut. And then we just have to paint the other side of it. So the detail on these are great. Kind of show them a little bit. You can see they have the rungs in the chair. Let me see if I can get a piece of white paper behind that or something, just to kind of show that you can see through them. So there you go. You can see through them. You can see the slats basically for the board. Hopefully you can see that in the camera, but you can in person, so it's good. So I need 18 of these for the poop deck, because basically we're going back in through and replacing the brass ones that I had originally put on the poop deck. They look good. I mean, the brass ones do, but one, they take about a year to get one done, and these, I mean, don't. You saw how quick it is to basically cut that off the sprue, and then it's just a matter of painting. And at the end of the day, with the brass ones, you still have to paint them anyhow, and they're just a whole lot harder to deal with when it comes down to it. So I'm super excited to see these available. I know when I did my 1350 Titanic, one of the worst parts of it were the benches. So they've done a nice job in taking care of us for that, for the 1200. So there we go. That one's about ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these painted up, and then we'll get the poop deck down here and back into the shop. It's upstairs right now in my living room, but I'm gonna get these painted up, and then we'll get these placed. So really nice stuff. Really happy with these, And like I said, very easy to get off the sprue, which a lot of times when you're dealing with 3D parts, it's not the case. So they did a really good job with these. And like I said, the detail on them is just fantastic. So, all right, I'm going to paint these up and we'll be back. Okay, so I removed the docking bridge, the kit one, and I want to try to salvage my my deck and my fencing. If I can't, it's not really that big of a deal. I have extra fencing, and I can just basically use a piece of leftover scale decks to make a new one. But if I can salvage it, I'd like to. So what I'm going to try to do, and lights, I'd like to reuse the lights too if I can. So I'm going to just kind of work to split this off with my flat blade knife here, and I think there's a good chance it'll all kind of come off in one piece, but we shall see. So far so good. May end up separating the fence, which is okay. Now you can see I do have my benches painted, my new ones, and they are there. Now when I first did this, I had the benches in black for the side rails. You can see here. The new ones I went ahead and did in brass, and that was mainly after looking at Honor and Glory. So I'm going to work on separating this, and then when we get back, we can start installing the new one. I'll do the benches first though, because they go underneath it, and I think it'll just be easier. So I'll be right back. Okay, well, unfortunately I tore my deck, so there is the box fit version, which I'll end up using. The only real difference is it has the holes there, and I'll kind of just put paint in them to kind of make them not look like they're there as best I can. Unfortunately, when you go back and try to redo something, sometimes it's not the best, but overall the results will be better, so it's worth it. So what I'm going to do after I get this cut out is go ahead and get the docking bridge painted up. Well, I'm going to get it off the sprue and then get it painted up. So this one, it's large enough that I can pretty much just break this stuff away, at least here. We'll kind of figure out what the bottom side looks like, the flat side, here in a second. Yep, that's going to break away with no problem. So that's exciting. Okay, And I'm just gonna kind of hit that with the file and get it smoothed out. Now in the center there has this little channel, and that's to run your lighting wire. This is essentially the exact same way that I did mine, except this will actually sandwich the wires into it, which is nice. I like the fact that it's all one piece too. And then you can see you have the under detail there for the wiring conduit, which is cool. And then this is your upper portion here. Okay. And this little tree is garbage. We don't have to go too crazy with getting this smooth because it will be covered with the decking. I just want to get any of the high spots off that might make it difficult for the decking to stick. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get these painted up real quick. While that's drying, we'll go ahead and get the benches installed, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. I got the docking bridge drying right now. I got the other benches off, the last couple that were there. So we're gonna go ahead and get these installed real quick, and pretty simple to do it. Just dipping in a little CA. Not sure why my hand was shaking. It never does that. And these go back to back. Okay. There we go. All right, now to go in between the vents here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down the rest of the way. There's quite a few more to go. Then we'll come back and install the docking bridge. Well, first we'll do the lighting on it. Then we'll install it. Now, yeah, two sets go here, and then 2 sets go over here too. So, all right, I'll be back. Okay, so there we go. Benches are installed. They look good. I'm happy with them. You can kind of get a good view of them. So that's them. All right, so I'm going to pause and then we'll start the wiring. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to glue our light into the outlet there, or not outlet, but the hole. And you can see I'm just using a small nano. I think these are 1 mil. We're just going to put that right in there. I'm going to hit it with some accelerant just to get it on there faster. Okay, and yep, you can see it through there now, so that's good. And we're just gonna run our wire down the stairwell hole here. And that's just gonna stay right along in that channel there. And I might put a dab of glue on the channel just to kind of hold it there. Okay. Now we need our next light. Oh, one thing I need to do, I did it on the other one, but I need to dab these with a tiny bit of yellow paint. Otherwise they'll be very bright and white. Okay, so I'm going to let them dry for a couple seconds here before we continue. Where'd my last light go? No, I'm going to let them dry and then we'll continue. Okay, so we got all of our wires in here. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I had to wait a night to finish this because I ran out of light bulbs, so they came today, lucky enough. So this fits right over top here, and I have the lights all basically hooked up. or not hooked up, but ready to go. I did go ahead and put the scale decks on. Didn't really see a point in showing that on the video because I think I've covered it pretty extensively in other videos. So we're going to go ahead and glue this on now and prepare to get it sealed up, and then we'll get it onto the deck and wire it up, and then we'll do some deck chairs, which I'm actually they're actually also already in one of my videos, but I'm going to take those parts of that video and add them here. And we'll also do some of our portholes and deck lights. I really want to do the deck lights in this little video here. This is going to be a shorter one than my usual videos, mainly because I'm just doing this video essentially to not advertise, but show how to work with the products offered by B&B. That's where I've gotten pretty much all of this: the docking bridge, the benches, the deck chairs that you'll see next. Pretty much all came from B&B. Actually, all of it did come from B&B. So there we go. And we got that. And we're on. So this is the fencing from it. I'm going to have to kind of get it rebent out. It actually didn't come off in too bad a shape, so I should be able to salvage this. And I'm thinking it'll be okay. But if not, I'll end up using the kit one. I gotta kind of figure out if I can save it or not. So we shall see. But in any case, we're going to grab our poop deck here, and I do think I'm going to have to drill the hole just a little bit bigger to get the light through. Yeah, just a tiny bit. Or I could cut these off, but I think I'll be okay just drilling that hole just a tiny bit bigger. So I'm going to do that. I don't want to go too big, but it should be all right. Okay. Just a tiny bit more. All right, let's see now. Oh, come on. Literally less than a millimeter. Okay, that's gonna fit now. Most of the way through. There we go. And I'm putting them through first. Those two that have the resistor already connected to them. And then we'll run our other two through and get it connected. Now, one other thing, I'm probably going to do at some point soon. I put LEDs in there originally, the nano bulbs, like I'm using now. Then I replaced them with fiber optics in the cranes, and I really think I want to go back to nanos, so I'm probably going to pull them back off and do that as well. And I'm also probably going to replace these deck lights with nanos. I don't know. I originally thought fiber optic would be fine, and it probably would be fine, but I want to kind of get consistency with the lighting throughout the entire ship. And I kind of feel like if I don't run the nanos, it's going to look out of place. And the rest of the deck lights are all going to be nanoed, so it just makes sense. And we'll show them here in a minute too, those deck lights, as soon as we get this kind of squared back away. Oh yeah, I really like this one compared to what I had before. It's definitely a much nicer docking bridge. Okay, so we're going to glue that on. And there is 2 pieces of photo etch that I still have to put on it on the sides here. But we'll get them at some point. Okay. Ooh, she's pretty. Okay, so next up, I'm just going to get some resistors down here to get this all built into one piece, and then we'll light it up and see how that looks. Now, I'm also going to have to go through and do a little bit of my weathering on here, just to get it consistent with the rest of the deck. I think that went over here. Yeah, it did. Yeah, so I'm going to work on putting the fence back together, and I'll kind of show it all back together, and we'll light it up. So, I'll be back. Okay, so here we go. Test out with the lights, and this ended up being a little bit more of a project than I thought it was going to be. Unfortunately, when I ordered my light bulbs, I had 100 blinking bulbs show up instead of solid bulbs, so I had to wait for others to get in. But here we go. So the one thing I will tell you about this, with the 3D piece here, make sure you put some kind of light blocker in. I'm going to have to go back in and do some work on that. Not a big deal, but we did get the effect that we're kind of looking for here, and we got our stern light lit up, so I'm pretty darn happy with it all in all. So hopefully you can see that. What we're going to do next is another item from B&B here, and these are our signs. So they went in a few different spots. One goes back here, I believe one goes over here, one goes here, and I think there's one that goes up on the docking bridge, maybe 2. I'm going to check out the book, but these come from also Mr. Gene Davis at B&B. And you can see the detail on them, very well done. I am choosing the black sign, as I believe that's what it probably was, but I don't know if anybody's 100% sure on that at this point, but knowing colors and paints from back in that time frame, I'm thinking black is our bet on it, at least in my opinion, and what my ship will have, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to get these cut out. We're going to get them mounted. These are available also over, like I said, at B&B. on the Facebook page there. So I know I had mentioned earlier that we are going to have a coupon code, so to say. If you do order, if you decide to order any of what I'm showing tonight or today on this video, you will save $5 on every piece that you order. So the benches, if you buy 2 sets of them, you'd save $10. The chairs, if you buy 50 sets of them, you'd save, well, a lot of money. If you buy the docking bridge, you save $5. If you buy the sign, you save $5. Next up, after we get done with the signs, we're going to be showing the deck lights and the lighting kits, or not the lighting kit, but the portholes. So I'll talk about them too when we get there. But yeah, I'm going to pull out the book real quick, double check my sign placement, get them hung, and then we'll show you what that looks like. So be right back. Okay, so we got our signs on. Got one there, got one on the back. They actually don't go on the docking bridge, and then I got one on the other side here, right there. So they are installed. I did just re-hit this with a little bit of a dull coat. Still debating whether I'm going to replace that fence or not. I'm not exactly happy with it. And then the last thing I have to do, which I'll do off camera because it's kind of boring and tedious, but I need to replace the strut beams that go down onto the floor here. So I'll make a decision about this railing, if I'm going to keep it or not, or replace it, and then I'll put my strut beams on. But like I said, I'll do that off camera. So again, really happy with the signs. They definitely look good. There is more than enough that you need. I messed up the first one here, you can see, and chipped off some of the paint. So it's a good thing that they come with extra. But yeah, highly recommend. So B&B Scale Ship Jewelry on Facebook. Next up, we're going to be looking at the not dock lights, but the deck lights. So these here are meant to go into holes that you need to drill into your little deck houses. So this is the one that goes on B deck, and I didn't install it previously because I was waiting for these to get in, and then just never got back to it. So these can be installed in 2 different ways. You could go out, but I wouldn't recommend that. I'd probably go from the inside. And I gotta make sure my holes are the right size. Looks like a little bit small, so I'm gonna have to up drill them just a tiny bit. So let me go ahead and drill these, and then these simply just insert in there, and then we'll light this little building up, and you'll be able to see what they do, because they transmit the light and kind of give you the effect that you're looking for from a deck light standpoint. Let me just find a small drill bit, which this should work. Replace the one I have in here quick. And we're going to re-drill that out. And these have, you can basically angle them because there's different points in the ceilings and the roofs that are higher than others. So it kind of helps actually quite a bit with that aspect. But that one is in. Now, there's no light in there, obviously, so you can't really see anything yet. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to install LEDs individually into those deck lights. So I'm going to glue it right into the inside here, and that will give almost like extra illumination, I guess you would say. Let me drill out the other couple here. And these are super simple. The portholes all work the same too, and these come in different variations of the kit, which I have. I have links to all of these on the bottom of my descriptions down here. I know it's kind of long, but I want to make sure they're all in there and represented. There's PayPal links in there, but in order to get the discounted code that I was talking about earlier, you need to send a message or email to Gene Davis, and his PayPal address is his email address, so that message will get there. And you need to write LC model build 5 off, yeah. LC model 5 off. Sorry, I was concentrating on that at the same time. And then you will get $5 off each piece that you're purchasing from B&B. So, yeah. And I've known Gene for quite a while now, and he gets everything to you promptly. Very good communication, and you know, he's been a pleasure for me to work with anyway, and pretty much, well, not all of my stuff that I've gotten for Titanic, but a lot of my stuff that I've gotten from Titanic have been from him. Also, the propellers that I got from him are beautiful. But what's offered in this deal is the deck lights. I'm going to use that for the porthole too, because it fits. But the deck lights, the porthole set, and like I said, you can get them in different configurations. So you can get either the full kit, you can get just the upper kit, which is all of the windows for the deck houses like these. Now, I'm not using those in my particular build because mine has interiors built through it, so you can't see through them. But if you don't have interiors built in them, these are great because they're kind of frosted a little bit, and you won't be able to see necessarily that you don't have an interior in there. And then you can also purchase them as the full kit, which also includes the lower portholes. So again, that's deck lights, that's uppers, and it's also just the lights here that I'm working with right now, which are the deck lights. So very nicely done. They are 3D print, obviously, in clear. And just trying to get my... I drilled that hole. Oh, I broke one. Sometimes that happens, but that was actually my fault because I drilled that hole in the wrong location. Little bit high, so I'm gonna have to kind of try to clean that up a minute. Otherwise, I don't know if we were gonna fit. There we go. And sometimes that happens if you're off angle. Now, the KA set then comes with brass deck light covers. So I'm going to try to see if they will fit around these also, because that would be just awesome. But I don't know for sure if they will. But we'll give it a try anyway. Okay. Now, with a lot of 3D parts that I use, China 3D, all that kind of stuff, highly recommend using a heat knife on these. They break away quite easy, so it's not really as urgent of a thing, but you know, still want to throw out that recommendation when it comes to dealing with any 3D parts. So there we go. They are all in. That one could go just a hair more in, but I think it's being blocked by a little piece of plastic there. Yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and put my, attach my lights to it, and then I'll come back and show you how that turned out, and we'll light it up. So, be right back. Okay, so I'm all wired up with my lights in here. Now, I didn't put lights in the doorway because that will get ambient light through the regular lighting. It's going to be in the room, but there you go. I did put the brass rings around them also, but you can see they definitely have a really nice effect. They're definitely brighter than just leaving empty holes, and they do the job very nicely. So very happy with these. Now, I was mentioning the upper kit. So the upper kit also comes with your B-deck windows. It comes with your deck windows, so all your deck houses and everything there. Comes with all your porthole windows. I don't know how many there are, but there's a ton of them. There's all them. I think these are actually the B-deck windows. I'd have to actually go through and look at the numbers. But yeah, we're going to also give away a set of these. So these are the deck lights. So I'm giving away just the deck light set. But if you can tell me what time the Titanic struck an iceberg. Yeah, that's a tough question. But for those of you Titanic fans, what time the Titanic struck the iceberg, put it in the comments below. We'll draw out the subscriber with the winning answer, and we'll get these off in the mail to you. So, yeah, free. Can't beat that, right? And then in future videos, I'll be giving away a free set of whistles, too. So, anyway, there's that. So, final piece that I'm going to go over, and it is up for the sale here, will be the compass tower. Give me 1 second. Okay, so these deck chairs, these are done by Cameron's Model Works, and I'm using Art Braunschweiger's photos that he posted to basically set my chairs. Now, I got quite a few sets, and I got more over on the other table here, but I don't know if I have enough to do all 584 or 74, whatever it was. But these are quite detailed when it comes down to it. I'm really, really happy with them. Obviously, they're 3D printed, so you save the time in folding and gluing the sides, but you can see all the details are there. And I'm going to paint the seating spot like a tan, because that was more of a wicker from what I remember. But the good thing is I sprayed them on the sprue and basically got coverage on all sides. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. These are extremely delicate, so they're going to be a challenge to put on. But I'm going to do my best to get as many along here as possible. Now, the other thing is, so I can kind of cheat a little bit, there's a lot of pictures of the deck chairs folded up, and right here is all folded deck chairs that you can kind of put along the walls. Also, there's many pictures of Olympic like that, so they didn't always have the deck chairs out and about when it was, you know, different times. So I think I can get away with both ways, and that's going to help with the amount of deck chairs that I need, because that's a ton of deck chairs when it comes down to it, and this is going to be really time consuming, but I think the detail is going to be well worth it. So gonna get started. I will probably do along here, and then end the video just so I can get it done, because you're not really going to see anything else aside from me putting deck chairs down. So we'll be back after we get some of them set, And, oh, yeah. I generally am really big with 3D print stuff on using a heat knife or a hot knife, whatever you want to call it. These being as delicate and small as they are, I actually found that my nippers were working quite well on that. Don't do it by hand, but if you do it with the nippers, which I can't seem to find right now, it makes it a whole lot easier. So let me find them and then I'll show you me taking them. Okay, here we go. So all I'm doing is coming down on the bottom right along there, cutting, and then literally all the support pieces have come off for the most part that I need to have come off, and I'm left with the chair pretty much almost ready to glue. The only thing I have to cut yet, the supports on the back tend to stay on, so get those cut and giddy up. We've got a chair ready to go. So I'm going to start gluing and we'll be back. Okay, so here is the compass platform, also available on B&B. It's hot glued in there when it comes. I already had it opened, obviously. It comes in this little crate here so it doesn't get damaged. But you can see the detail on this. It has the little wood slats that go along the platform there. Has the lower platform and then the compass in here. So very nice addition. I mean, these are great for people that don't necessarily enjoy bending photo etch. I have not bent the 1-200 photo etch platform. I have bent the 1-350, and I can tell you that it's a real bear. So I'm looking forward to using this, and yeah. So these are also available on, like I said, B&B Ship Jewelry, and these were done by Tyler Verdum, one of the designers for China 3D. So you also save $5 on a purchase of this. So $5 sale goes on the compass platform, the lighting sets, whichever version you get, whether you go upper, lower, or just the deck lights. You also can save $5 on the signs. You can also save $5 on the docking bridge. You can also save $5 on sets of benches, however many you purchase, and chairs, so however many you purchase of them. So that's going to go ahead and conclude this video. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for tuning into LC Model Shipbuilding. Again, if you want to win this free set, need to post or comment the time the Titanic struck the iceberg, and we will draw out your name. So you have until, I believe he said, yeah, it was July 5th. July 5th is how long this sale will go on for, and we'll do the drawing July 5th also, I guess. So again, thank you very much for watching, and tune in to our next video where we're on to the boat deck of the build.